Ma'am, you are on mute, Sukanya ma'am.
Unless someone likes you, cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sukanya, and today, along with my colleague, Ms. S. Kamar, we take this opportunity to welcome each one of you to Seussatopia, the annual literary fest of Mahadevi Birla World Academy. This year, the theme of the fest is inspired by Dr. Seuss. The actively growing participation of students from all your schools this year affirmed the relevance and meaningfulness of this celebration. The name of our event is Seussacity. Our esteemed judges for today's event are Ms. Choiti Ghosh and Ms. Shohini Pine. Welcome, judges. Ms. Choiti Ghosh is an object theatre artist, actor, puppeteer, singer, and artistic director of Mumbai, Delhi-based object theatre company Tram Arts Trust. Born into a family of theatre artists, she was initiated onto stage at age 3. She began her professional career in theatre in 1998. In 2010, following a brief professional workshop in object theatre under the Belgian Object Theatre IIM France, Choiti has since dedicated her entire time to the practice and dissemination of object theatre in India. Her plays have traveled all over India as well as to festivals in Germany, United States, Sri Lanka, and Japan. She was a proud recipient of the Sahitya Rangabhumi Vinod Doshi Fellowship and the Ustad Bismillah Khan Yuva Purushkar by Sangeet Nataka Academy for puppetry in 2016. It is an absolute honor to have you with us today, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am Kamar.
Thank you, Ms. Barori. Good morning, everyone. Ms. Shohini Bain is an architect graduating from Manipal University in 2017. Ms. Pine has completed her postgraduate studies in architectural conservation at the School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi, with a scholarship from the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. As a young professional, Ms. Shohini has been trained in the field of architectural conservation by some of the leading conservation architects of the country. She hopes to advocate her increased community engagement with the urban heritage of Kolkata for the integration of heritage conservation in urban planning policies in our historic cities. She is also a passionate Kathak dancer and has received the National Scholarship for Young Artists from the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. We welcome you, ma'am, to Seussacity. Over to you, Ms. Barori.
Thank you, Ms. Kamar. As all of you are aware that this event has 2 rounds. In the first round, The participants have already created a 3D model of a Seussacity, such as Who Will, and presented it as a video. Today is our second round of the event, the live interaction with the judges, where you must explain how your city matches Dr. Seuss' ideals and how the two unique elements enhance the look and functionality of your city. You have 3 minutes to explain everything and may be asked questions by our eminent judges later on. Please note that you will be in the waiting room and will be called for the live interaction one by one. After your interaction is over, you will again be put back in the waiting room. Kindly do not leave. And if you leave, please rejoin. After all the schools have completed the interaction, you will all be called back in the main room for a little feedback session. The teacher in charges are requested to leave the meeting now. We will start the interaction with the judges. Thank you and all the very best to all of you. Over to Ms. Kamar.
So we'll be calling the first participant for the event, Debraj Mehta from APJ School, Park Street.
All right. Ma'am, kindly give a minute. We will just be moving all the chair participants to our waiting room.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't see Debraj. Debraj, can you just raise your hand? Debraj is there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Just a moment. Let me put you on spotlight and we'll.
Before we start interaction with Debraj, this is Mrs. Ghosh. I'm the Vice Principal of Mahadevi Birla World Academy. And a big hello to Shohini and Choiti. Namaskar and welcome to Mahadevi Birla World Academy, albeit virtually. But I just thought that I should be there. We would have had such fun if we could have met you physically. But nevertheless, at least we have been able to, collaborate and interact. And thank you so much for being there. And thank you so much for taking time off from your busy schedule and, helping us out by encouraging and seeing the, the lovely creative, the artwork that the children have done. And I'm sure that we're going to have a great time. So thank you. Thank you, Shohini. And thank you
for having us here, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
A pleasure.
Thank you. And Choiti, in fact, I did attend the several programs at Tramarts, and I just loved it. I fell in love with object theatre, and then after that, I tried doing some silly things myself. But it was wonderful. And of course, Shohini and I, we go back a very long way. And it's like life turns a full circle because, Shohini is a very dear friend of mine and we've grown up together, Pranita, her daughter. And I had been Shohini's teacher in Modern High School. And today Shohini is coming to my school as a judge. I can't tell you what a proud moment it is. So welcome.
It's a proud moment for me too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really, really happy. So thank you so much. And now over to you. Thank you. I'll mute myself.
Thank you, ma'am. Kindly give me a minute while I just move everyone back to the waiting room.
And best wishes to all the participants.
We have Debraj Mehta as spotlight. Thank you, ma'am.
All the very best, Debraj. Best of luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Debraj, will you explain a little bit about your project?
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Please begin. Please begin.
Yes, ma'am. This is a project that I've made, Seussacity. This is a city I've made from the 4 books written by Dr. Seuss. And I've added many elements and I've taken many tips from his books. From the first book, that is How the Grinch Stole the Christmas, I took this Christmas tree. And in the second book, Horton Hears a Who, the city was like this, the houses were like this, and I enjoyed that book very much as Horton saved one little person. He did everything to save them. So like this, I have designed the houses that are in Horton Hears a Who. And in the Butter Battle book, there is a wall in which 2 cities are fighting with each other. So I have added that wall too. Even Lorax picked for trees, I liked it very much. There were many Tafula trees. I also showed the Tafula trees over here. These Tafula trees are made out of wool. And I love the Tafula trees. Even like that, I made my city greenery so that I could match the Lorax. And even in the Lorax, there was a factory that was cutting all the trees. Like you can see over here, there are cutting trees. The trees are not here because the stems are not here because they have cut out. So like that, I have made that factory too. Also, in my city, as I live in Kolkata, city of joy, so I have added 3 elements as it was written 2, but I added 3 elements. One was the tram card. This is the tram card over here. And I have also done the rickshaw that is over here. And also I have added the circular train, which is over here. Circular train, the rickshaw and the tram are very famous over here. And I have also added trees to make my city more greenery. And I have put the electricity too. My city is functional. They are all lightened. And this is the view. Even I have added cars so that it can look like city. I have put dolls in it too.
Can we go closer? Can I see the dolls?
Yes, ma'am, of course. Ma'am, over here there are boys in the park. There is one woman in the railway station who is waiting over there. And of course, there is a school in which a boy is standing over there. ATM is there. Market is there. And also materials that are used over here are thermocol. Thermocol is used over here as I have put the city on a big thermocol. You cannot see it, but if I zoom in, then you can see the thermocol. These roads are of all thermocol. Glass bottle. I've recycled the glass bottles. These are glass bottles that I have made so that I can make the cities like in Horton Hears the Who. Also, I have put stone chips. Stone chips are over here near the railway track. Near the railway track, there are stone chips. Even I have used the wood. The wood is down below over here. This is the wood. Also, I have used the cardboard. I've used cardboard like this hospital, this bank, and this market and police station. These are all, and the factory. These are all made out of the cardboard. Fevitrite card means it is the clay. It is the clay that I use. Over here you can see there is a yellow clay, means I have painted it. there are clay over here on the top of the houses. On the houses, there are many clay. And also, I have colored them. These are all colored. And I have used synthetic grass. In the park, you can see these grass are synthetic. They are made of synthetic threads. I've used these threads to make the wire of the city. You can see the wire of the city. This is made up of the threads. Ready-made trees. These trees are ready-made. They are not made out of hands. These trees are ready-made. Battery-operated lights. These lights that are working are operated with battery. So they are battery-operated lights. And wool. In the Tafula trees, I have used wool to show the Tafula trees. These are the wool. That's all, ma'am.
Thank you. First of all, can I just say how blown away I am by the detailing and the absolute, I mean, your city is extremely beautiful to look at. And now that you've taken us closer into a walkthrough of the city, it's I'm just really completely blown away with what you have created. So I just have one question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you have the most, which idea of yours did you have the most fun with, and which one was the most challenging for you?
Ma'am, the handful, the rickshaws and the trunk was the main one, and that was very hard to do it, ma'am.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I wanted to mention that, but I forgot. The other thing that I absolutely loved and is that you've taken Seuss and you've taken realities from your own life, the fact that you live in Calcutta, and you have merged the two. And
Yes.
This I appreciated very, very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Because this is not something that I used to do instinctively when I was a child. Everything that was in my books were in my books. Everything that was in my life was separate. But you have merged the two, which is quite wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Debraj. Our next contestant today is Shrinjoy Mitra from
Shaheen
Birla
ma'am,
High.
give me a minute. I think Shohini ma'am wants to say something.
Yes, I was just, even the detailing is very well done. And I think you've used the materials very well. For example, the stone chips that you have picked up. So that was very innovative. And you've picked the three most sustainable things about Calcutta, which is the tram and the circular rail and the rickshaw. And that you've incorporated that. So that was a very good thing that you've done.
Thank you, ma'am.
It was a great presentation, and the lighting was very good. Tell me, what could you have done to make this lighting more sustainable? In a city, what can be done to make lighting more sustainable?
Like I have put the lights so that it can bright up the city, so that I can show you all the night view of the city that I have made, so that you can see the night view, all of you. So that is why I have added these lights.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debraj. The next contestant today is Shrinjoy Mitra from Birla High School.
Okay. Debraj, I'm putting you to the waiting room. Please be there.
I think
Yes,
Debraj
ma'am.
is too cute. She is too cute for words. Very well done. Thank you so much, Debraj. Lovely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Putting him into the waiting room.
I was blown away with all of them. Do they get to watch each other's? Not at all.
It would have been nice if they could watch each other's.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
So in that case, do we call all of them in? Why don't we? That's a good idea, in fact.
What do you say, so, ma'am? We can admit
why
everyone.
not? I think it's better because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a learning experience. Isn't that so? I mean, competition, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, it's basically collaboration and learning, you know, learning from each other. So let's call them in. Call them in.
Okay,
Doesn't
ma'am.
matter.
Give me a
Just
minute,
call them
please.
in. Yeah. It's just that we, you know, people didn't hear this cutie pie, Debraj. He was too cute. And such a, you know, like, he real baby is. I know which class he's in. So cute.
Everybody,
Yes, yes, admit everyone. Let them learn from each other, you know, because that's also very important. Like I am here basically, you know, to learn from everybody because, you know, we think that, okay, we in our school, we are doing the best. But, you know, when you see everyone, then, you know, you understand, you put yourself in perspective, and there's so much that, you know, I mean, it's really, it's great.
Should we tell them why we called everybody in?
Yes, please. And I think it should come from the judges, both Choiti and Shohini, please, if you could just address everyone.
Oh, hi, Shohini.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. We called all of you in because we thought, so Shohini and I think everybody were completely blown away by what you guys have made. So we thought you might enjoy watching each other's cities as well. So that's why we called all of you in, so that you can love all the cities as much as we love all the cities.
And you can get inspired by each other. And that's the most important thing.
Who's going next?
ma'am, I'll be just spotlighting him.
Srinjoy Mitra from Birla High School.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my city is called Butter Red Both Sides. Ma'am, I have taken the concept of my city from the 4 books of Dr. Seuss, which is the Butter Battle Book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Hot and Here's a Who, and the Lorax. Here, the main theme of my project is that if we don't think about our flaws, and if we don't stop the war between all the different countries, and if we don't think about sustainable living, if we don't reduce the pollution in our present world, then our condition would be just like the zoo, which is this city. But if we really think about our flaws, we would be as good, and we would be able to enjoy the good quality of life like the zoo. The youths never thought about never thought about the flaws. They always thought about the rivalry. So now they live in a barren, desolate place. Here we can see old-fashioned house, factories pouring smokes, and old chocolates chopped down. Here we can see modern houses, and we can see vertical gardening, solar panels, even rainwater harvesting, and windmill too. And even we can see the solar panels are used to solar energy is used to light up light up the streets and illuminate the lives of the people living inside the house. And even when it rains, then the water reaches the reservoir and flows through the tank into the underground reservoir.
Wow. Is it possible to take the camera closer to the city?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's such a settled in a place on the table, so.
Okay. Is it a phone camera? Is it on a tripod? What is it?
Tablet which is placed on a table with 2 boxes, so that's fine.
Okay. Because we can't see the detailing of the city very much because you worked in so many details because it's so far away. We're not
Can
being
you
able to
take
see
your
it
phone?
very-
Can you take your phone and hold it near the model?
Yes, ma'am.
That's better.
Okay, ma'am.
See, now it's so lovely.
Thank you, ma'am. And here I have also made working windmill, and I have also made working lights, and also this light solar energy illuminate solar energy is used to light up the street lights and illuminate the lives of the people living inside, ma'am. Even realistic water, even I have used realistic water in the pond,
Yeah.
and for the materials I've used in this project, ma'am, I've used actual mud and paper for making the barren desolate place of the zooks. I have used here feather for making the traveler trees, and I have used colored cotton. For making smoke, and I have even used for making these houses. For making here, I have even used this carton boxes we get from online shopping like Amazon or Flipkart. I have used them. Because I have recycled things so that our mother earth could be safe. And I have even used ice cream sticks, and here I have used cardboard and painted it for giving it a good look.
Hmm. So I have a very important question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you eat all the ice creams that you made the sticks with?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 2, 3 I used of actual ice cream, and others I had in my home.
Oh, acha, acha. Okay, okay. Because then I was very jealous of you that you ate so many ice creams. And you, in your video that you sent in, you were the Grinch, weren't you?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, actually, I have taken the idea and the main theme of this text actually was to take ideas from each of the stories. So, from the Grinch Stole Christmas, I took the character Grinch. I dressed as the Grinch and told the story between how first was rivalry between the two cities, and how, after the two see the quality of life the youth enjoy, they finally thought to change their ways and approach to the youth for guidance. And I was the Grinch who narrated the whole story.
Yeah. You know what struck me the most when I watched your video was that you had taken the story of Seuss and then you pushed it one step further. You didn't show the story of Seuss exactly as he had written it. You imagined the world after.
Because we children are the future generation. If we don't think about, ma'am, the reducing the pollution, ma'am, for preserving, ma'am, the natural resources, or ma'am, we should also end the war between the two countries. So, or else everything would be destroyed if we don't think about it, ma'am. Then who will? Or else one time would come, our world would just become like the Zooks, ma'am.
I loved your involvement with this project. I love how involved you are and how passionately you're talking about this. Makes me feel really good. And yeah, it was very well presented. I think you drew us all in while you were telling the story, and that was the best part of the presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shrinjoy. It was absolutely wonderful. Next, we have Rishika Basu from Birla High School, Mukundapur.
Okay, just before Birla High Mukundapur starts, I must, Choiti, actually, we had shared the plan with them, I think in November. So Srinjoy got a lot of time to, have all the ice creams. So starting from November to January, I'm sure you must have. But Srinjoy, I must say that, I'm feeling very, what shall I say? I'm kind of, I'm at peace, because when I know that, because when we grow old, we are old already, but then when we grow older, then we'll be in safe hands, with leaders like you. So thank you so much, and that was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, may I mute myself?
Okay. Next
Yes,
is
yes.
Oishika Basu.
Hi.
Hello, respected judges and teachers.
So,
I will be presenting my smart city project. My smart city project is based on helping our world recover from the damage human beings have done. My smart city is made up of materials like cardboard, papers, and glue. Some special aspects which make my smart city special are slanting roofs, which don't allow rainwater to accumulate and lets you slide off. The garden, which brings greenery and beauty to the model, and lights, which brighten the whole place up. The ways my smart city helps with the environment is through aspects here. It produces enough energy for the entire city and the sewage treatment plant, which cleans all the sewage produced. The houses are made from cardboard. But I cannot create a city based on Dr. Seuss without any ideas from his famous books. The inspiration I took from his books are Lorax. From there, I took the inner meaning of the story to protect the environment and treat our earth with care into my model through green plants and with a lot of greenery. The Grinch is a story in which we learn that Christmas is not about decorations or gifts. It's about spending time with our loved ones. Since the Christmas spirit keeps us happy and cheerful, I took it into my model to brighten the place up. There is joyous Christmas tree, lights, and the beautiful colors represent the Grinch. But in the end, though, all these models and ideas are just ideas. In the
Thank you, Ashika. If the judges want to ask anything, they may ask.
If I remember from your video, Oishika, if I remember clearly, you had given a list of materials that you've used in the. Didn't you do that? And they were in it egg cartons and a lot of recycled material. I just wanted to, because your video speaks so much about conservation and sustainable development. So I was just curious to know, and I'm asking Oishika, but I'm actually asking everybody, if you think about in the city that you have created, the actual materials that you've used for the city, how much of that material is recycled itself, and how much of it is fresh material that you had to buy or source from somewhere. And so how much of the materiality of your city is sustainable in itself, apart from talking about sustainability? So I just wanted to
the sewage treatment plant is made up of mostly all thrown away cardboards. The houses are also from discarded cardboard boxes, and the waterfall is made from part of a broken and discarded cardboard box. And the pots are from egg trays. The vertical garden spirals are also from empty cylinders, which were earlier discarded.
well done, Oshika. I think you've reused the materials in a very innovative way. It's a very good attempt.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashika. That was lovely. Next up, we have Arnav from Birla Vidya Niketan.
Why fit in when you were born to stand out? So, welcome, respected judges. And my name is Arnav, and today I'm representing you my Seussacity, Arnav village. So, as you have listened, you might have listened about the movie The Lorax from Dr. Seuss. In that movie, the main city name was the Thinid village. And I have customized that name And inspired from my own name, I've named my city as Arnavale. It has many houses. Houses are mainly made from card sheets and discarded cardboard boxes. And I have civic amenities, a central building, which is mainly for the officials and the municipal corporation. And there is a hospital here, and there is a little school also over here. So in my city, we are basically looking forward to be the main city of the future, thinking about the greenery, the environmental friendly, and etc. So we also do, like in this city, the citizens mainly do organic farming. So we also have these farms over here. We have a little river over here, which is used for hydroelectricity. And the water is taken from here and is purified and stored in this tank. And that is again purified and pumped to all the houses and buildings. And there are solar power panels over here, and there are windmills also. So there is a lush green forest on the periphery, and I have also adopted the truffula trees over here. So these, I have made these truffula trees from pipes, and I have colored the cotton and placed on top of it. And I also have a reserve for the animals, so that the biodiversity of the city also gets, the environmental equilibrium should be there. And so the unique structures of my city, the unique elements of my cities are the track system and the central building, which includes one of the most intelligent kind of, I would say, kind of idea that I got, which is this cloud antenna. So this cloud antenna is basically kind of a signal transmitting kind of device, which takes the signal from the satellite and it transmits it throughout the city. It also gives the municipal corporations a 360-degree view of the city, as it directly accesses the footage of the CCTV cameras and all of the problems which are faced by the citizens, so that those problems can be solved quickly. So these tracks in the city are used for main transport, and I have done these tracks as one of my main unique elements, as it will reduce the overall dependency on the other vehicles, as I said in the video, and that will lead to lesser carbon emissions. So there will be a little more like promote to the environment too. Thank you.
So the tracks are all walking paths, yeah?
No, ma'am, they are kind of walking paths. Yeah.
How and they connect all the roofs of the entire building, so they're all elevated.
The upper part of the houses, like the upper part of the houses are like kind of platforms.
Okay, but how do you come down from the tracks? You have to jump down? No.
No, ma'am, like you don't have to jump down, as they are like platforms, so that all the citizens should be connected to in such kind of way that they are like kind of living in a kind of a small family or somewhat. So like they can connect to each other and they can just drop over here and they can just move on with the houses and they can just move on anywhere.
Okay, so the entry and exit to the tracks is through the houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, in historic cities, so you have houses which have connected roofs.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting because you've actually, I don't know if you've thought of it or not, but you've taken that idea of how
yes,
in
ma'am,
certain
I have
houses
thought of
like
it and
Delhi and
taken that.
Rajasthan, so they have these connected roofs and everybody does all of their community living on those roofs. So this is also very interesting. So you've taken that historicity and you've made it very futuristic in look.
Yeah, very futuristic. And I also have the structural variability that is used in many books of Dr. Seuss, such as the Lorax and the Grinch. Like you can see these stairs overall and these things, these interesting things.
Good job.
Thank
Very
you, ma'am.
nice.
And also, it's a good thing that you've thought about the safety and security of the citizens.
Yes, yes.
So that's
Hmm.
one more thing that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it just worries me a little bit because it looks like a surveillance camera. So I don't know if the people in the town hall, they're watching everything that I'm doing.
No, ma'am, it's not like that. It's just like they can use this thing that it provides all the information that the municipal corporations need.
Okay. Understood.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Arnav.
Thank you,
Lovely
Arnav.
thoughts you have. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our
Thank you,
next
ma'am.
contestant is Jaya Kumari from Calcutta Social Project.
I don't see Jaya Kumari.
Shall we move on to the next contestant?
Don't see Jaya Kumari.
Okay, so we are moving on to the next contestant, Agastya Chanda from Calcutta International School.
Yes, hello, good afternoon. I'm Agastya Chanda from Calcutta International School, and my city is called Wonderville, home to the wonders. And I will now lift my webcam and give you a view of it. So, starting with the gate, just one moment. This is the gate with the Welcome to Wonderville sign. And now we progress onto the path into the town hall. And this I've showed you in my video. So all of this I have told you in my video. So now I'll move on to what I couldn't cover in those short 4 minutes. So I would like you to know that this was initially very, very different. Before this town triangle, for example, was not one building. It used to be 3 separate buildings, but I combined them into one. Same with the school and library. That was also 2 buildings, but I combined them into one, and all of this is in the name of space conservation. So then the amphitheater was an amalgam of the stadium and the theater. And also the recycler never actually was there, but when I was building some other building, the recycler turned up when there was an extra piece of cardboard that had this perfect shape and it looked like a very good building. So then I recycled the siphon pipe to make it, and I made it look better. And then I started building all the extra details. So initially at the beginning of this, I was wondering how I could do all of this using household materials. So when I started building everything one building at a time, I realized that it was actually much easier to do than it seemed. So I used many things that I had at home, like matchboxes for the shopping center over there, kitchen rolls for supporting the houses, and toilet rolls as well. Then egg cartons for my dream machine over there, and plastic cups also for the dream machine. And I used paper plates for the teleporter. Those were very readily available. And I used my toy cars for the vehicles, and I used Lego gears for the sewer system. Just one moment. Like you can see one drain cover over there, for example, and another one over there. And for the water and the parts, I had kinetic sand at my home. So I used it as water and I covered it with a double layer of OHP sheets to keep it sealed. And for the parts, I used gravel, spare gravel, which I had in my balcony. And my town hall bell was actually a Christmas decoration. When I started thinking about the two elements that I wanted to add, I knew that I had to think like Dr. Seuss, but in a more futuristic manner. So then I thought that if I were living in this city, what would I want? So then I realized that since the inhabitants' world was so small, they would love to go to other places and explore the universe. So then there came the teleporter. And since they were so small, it would be easier for instantaneous travel and safer. And also I added the buzzer when I realized that it would be a lot very easy to have a warning system to alert of incoming passengers. And then after that, I realized that no city is complete with unhappy people. Because after all, Dr. Seuss books always make us happy. So then I knew that I needed a way to make sure everyone was happy all the time. So then the amphitheater wasn't enough because people couldn't be there all day. So then came the dream machine because it doubled as to give happy dreams to the wonders, and also it could also release happy hormones and remove stressful hormones from the city. I'm sorry that you can't see it. It's because my webcam wire is a little bit short, but you can see the edge a little bit. Just one moment, I'll move this little bit to the side. There. So then I realized that I just completed growing a copper sulfate crystal that would be the perfect partner for it. So then I put the copper sulfate crystal inside, and it became the producer for the pheromones and the dreams. And now you can see it a bit better. I'm trying to move to the crystal inside. There, can you see it? Okay. And also, for the fan on top of the town triangle, I recycled one of the old motors I had with me. We had a lot of old motors which could still work. So then I made the pinwheel for the fan, and we connected it to the tower at the top. And it blows, the fan is to blow storms away from the city, and it blows the dream machines, hormones and dreams all over the city, since it's on the edge. And the recycler gives everything wireless energy, since it converts the waste into energy or electricity, and it sends it out of its aerial on the top, which covers the city in a wireless net of electricity. So they never need to have an expendable storage. It was, as long as they kept on producing waste, they would always have energy. So waste is not a bad thing in the city. And then I had some polymer clay at home because I was making things with my cousins before this, and then I realized that I could use it to make lots of little details and pond life, and the barbaloots for the trees, and the chaffila fruits. And the chaffila trees which I made were actually made in such numerous amounts, because I put so many, because the air needs to remain clean at all costs, and we need to avoid problems in a city. So I made as many as I could, and avoided all chopping of the truffula trees. And now finally, I would like to thank Mahadevi Birla for giving me such an opportunity, because it's been actually quite a long time of a dream for me to build a city like this, since I've always been intrigued by the Dr. Seuss books and I love the cities and his style of art. So thank you.
Agastya, that was mind blowing. The judges would like to ask something.
Yeah, I have a, actually it's not a question, but I have a thought. I think, and I'm actually going to address this to everybody, that I think, Agastya, you've asked yourself a couple of very important questions while you were making this city. The first being, if I was living in this city, what would I want? Very important question, because we really see the uniqueness of your personality through your city, because you asked yourself this question. And the other very, very interesting thing that you've built into this city is, what else do people need other than clean air, clean water, and recyclable living? Is that enough? Do we not need dreams? Do we not need art? Do we not need things that make our minds healthy apart from our body healthy? Of all the talk about conservation and recyclable lifestyle, they are very, very important, especially today. But I've always felt that it's not enough to limit our conversations to just that. Human beings need a lot of things. Human beings also need art. We also need happiness. We also need ways to express ourselves the way you guys have done. What all of you have created right now is not, and you know that, it's not just about science and conservation. What you have all have created are incredible works of art. You have expressed yourselves and shown your creativity and your imagination. You have shown a planning and a vision for the future. This is very important for human beings. And I really appreciate the fact that you push that so much further by building in a dream machine, by building in a theater. I can't imagine living in a city that doesn't have art, that doesn't have theater. I'm just going to office, breathing clean air, drinking clean water, coming home and going to sleep. I can't imagine living in a city like that. I need art. I need a playground. I need some place where my dreams can come true. And you have worked that in. So thank you for that. Thank you for showing us yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, I loved the idea of the what's it called again? Dream?
The dream machine.
The dream machine. Yes, that's a really good idea. It really stood out for me, and I think Choiti ma'am explained everything very well. So my feelings were exactly that you've gone beyond what a city needs physically, but what we as humans need to sustain ourselves. So yes.
Agastya, excellent, very well done. And I hope that, when you grow up, you'll be able to build a city where everybody, each of us can, keep on dreaming. Because if you're not a dreamer, then I don't know what. I mean, I think everybody ought to be a dreamer. So that's lovely. It was really nice. Choiti and Shohini, we've got a simultaneous program running, on another link, and I have to join. So I'm tearing myself away because I'm completely, I'm as, quote unquote, Choiti, completely blown. So that way. So thank you everyone, and all the best to the participants who are yet to speak. But I think everybody's done a fabulous job. So I think we can all clap for each other, and the best way to clap, on Zoom is doing this. So I think all of us can do this, right? Okay, right. Thank you so much. I'm taking your leave.
Thank you, Ma'am Ghosh, for the encouraging words. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll take care of it.
Next, I think Trisha ma'am, can we have Calcutta Social Project?
Yes, Calcutta Social Project has joined.
Jaya Kumari from
Yes, Jaya
Calcutta
Kumari.
Social Project.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is my city. Ma'am, I have made the Lawrence a cat, and I have made Truffle tree.
It is nice, Jaya. Very nice, lovely. Would you like to ask something, judges?
Thank you, ma'am.
The signal is a little bit bad for me. I can't see it very clearly. It's pixelated. Is it the same for everyone or just me?
No, ma'am, it is showing us the bandwidth is low. It is just
Ma'am,
not
I
coming
have-
up very
Yes.
clear.
Jaya, can you take the camera a little bit closer? একটু কাছে নিয়ে যাবে ক্যামেরাটা?
Ma'am, I have Ma'am, I have enjoyed the lot
You
to
like?
make this.
Okay.
What
Acha,
have you used the cotton
Yes,
for,
ma'am.
Jaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Why have you used the cotton?
Ma'am, this is a winter city.
Okay,
With
lovely.
snow.
and I wanted to know what is the behind your signpost there is a building with some blue something on it. I can't see it very clearly on the right hand side behind the signpost. I just wanted to know what that is.
Ma'am, this is a monster type building.
It's a building.
Ma'am, a monster. She's saying about a monster. Is that so? The voice is also breaking.
Ma'am, this is the building, and
Can you just, I think there are two buildings. Can you just tell us what each of those buildings are? There's one at the back and there's one in front.
ma'am, can you please repeat?
Jaya, can you please explain a little bit about the two buildings that you have made?
Jaya, you're on mute.
Ma'am, this
Huh.
is the building, and I have a stair. They have a stair.
So what happens in that building? Does somebody live there? Is it a market?
A monster type building.
Monster type building. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I have to say, Joya, that you draw very, very well.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'm really happy to know that you enjoyed doing this project. Because I really enjoyed watching it.
Ma'am, I have enjoyed a lot.
Thank you.
Yes, I think the way you've made the house at the back and all the elements, they're very quirky.
Yeah.
They have a very particular quirky nature to it.
Yeah.
So that's
Like I can't see it very clearly because the signal is a little bit bad for me. But that monster building it's really fascinating me. I feel like going inside that building to explore what is inside. Thank you, Jaya.
Thank you, Jaya. And the next
Thank you, ma'am.
contestant. Thank you, dear. The next contestant that we have is Adhiraj Bhattacharya from. Yeah. No, you'll just mute yourself and be there.
Okay, ma'am.
The next contestant we have is Adhiraj Bhattacharya from Delhi Public School, Ruby Park.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I have to adjust my camera to show my model properly. So can you please give me a minute? Ma'am, can you see my model properly now? Hello?
It's a little close up. So if you can first show the entire project and then maybe you can zoom in a little.
Can you move it back a little?
Yes. Can you please move it back?
Yes. And later when you're talking about the details, you can move it in again.
Okay, ma'am.
And move your screen up a little. Put the screen up. Yes, yes, yes. Good.
Now I'm starting. Good afternoon, respected judges. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak here. I am Adhiraj Bhattacharya, student of Delhi Public School, Ruby Park, Kolkata, and I study in class 4. Today I am going to tell about my model of Seussacity, Hoville. Theodore C.S. Giselle was a cartoonist and author for children who expressed his views through the use of satire, wordplay, and wild drawings. Dr. C.S. wrote the book How the Grinch Stole Christmas in 1957. In that book, he included that the Who celebrate Christmas with a lot of fun and excitement, like making a lot of noise when they find their gifts, by sitting on a big feast, and by holding hands and singing Christmas carols around a large and beautifully decorated Christmas tree. Dr. C.S. brought alive splendid characters like the Grinch, vivid imagination, and delightful words and important morals through his books. I love the Dr. C.S. ideology, so I depicted this model to match his ideology and thoughts. I've also given many unique elements in my model. Two of those unique elements are the railway station and the train, and the houses. I've added these in my model to make it look more beautiful and attractive. This is the railway station and this is the train. They are used as every town requires a railway station for the people to travel from one place to another place. These are the houses which I have made out of building blocks. In these houses, the Who people stay after a tiring day. These are the Who people. They are dancing around the Christmas tree on the Christmas Eve night. Thank you and have a nice day. Ma'am, can you see my model? I will bring it a bit closer right now. Ma'am, I have drawn these Who people and colored them and cut out them off a mound board. And I have also added some other elements like my toy cars, and this is a road where the people are coming to see the Christmas celebration. This is the train and this is the railway station. This is the Christmas tree, and there is a lot of gifts behind the Who people, which Santa Claus has left for the children. And these are the houses where the Who people stay. And this is snow, the snow is falling as it is winter time there. So we can imagine that it's really cold there right now.
Where does the Grinch stay?
Man, the Grinch lives in a tunnel here.
Okay. I like how you've translated the landscape from the book to your model. I think when I was also reading it, this was very similar to the landscape that I would have in mind. So I like how you've translated what you read into the model that you've made.
Yes, ma'am. There are also some mountains, high mountains, and this is the Mount Crumpet, which is the highest mountain. I also added some fencing right here. I don't know if you can see it properly or not. I added a fencing here. Now, can you see it properly?
No, I can't see the fencing.
You have to move the laptop a little bit.
Please wait, ma'am.
Camera.
Hello, ma'am. Can you see the fencing now?
Video, yeah.
Please, something fell.
Ma'am, here. This is the fencing.
Yeah.
What have you made that with?
Ma'am, these are my toys. This is the toy.
Okay.
There were many houses. I have building blocks like these from which I have made the houses. So there are also doors in some houses. So I have took out the doors and placed them with sellotape with fencing. And I made the base from thermocol and plaster of Paris mixture. My teachers and my parents motivated me and helped me to create this small model.
It is quite lovely, you know. I mean, I really don't have a lot of questions. I'm appreciating so many things about it. I'm loving the fact that you've built this snow-covered mountain landscape. I'm loving that. I'm loving watching that. And
thank you, ma'am.
Once again, I'm just going to come back to your video. Where did you go? I can't find you. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, it is very organic. It seems very organic, very natural.
Ma'am, but really, I'm not, ma'am, but because I have used thermocol and plaster of Paris mixture. Plaster of Paris mixture I have bought and thermocol is recycled.
Just from a presentation point of view, I would just say because the tree is so large, it's even in the video you had mentioned that there is something behind the tree that we couldn't see. It's blocking a lot of the amazing things that you have made, which is behind the tree. Just from a presentation.
Houses. There are only the houses and there is a tunnel.
Oh, there is a tunnel?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Whoa. Can we see it? Is it possible?
Ma'am, ma'am, can you see it properly?
Yes, sort of, yeah.
Ma'am, here.
Okay.
Here.
Okay. I mean, I can understand where you're saying it is. I can't really see it, but it's exciting that you built a tunnel.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Adhiraj, this was lovely. Next, we have Ratrika Saha from Lakshmipat Singhani Academy.
Good afternoon, honorable judges and everyone. Today I'm going to present my village, the Greenville. It's a heaven when nature's requirements are fulfilled. A green world, a clean world is what I strive. I have got all the information and everything from the story, The Lorax, written by Dr. Seuss. The Lorax is a story which inspires me a lot, that how people are destroying their lovely city made up of greenful trees and everything. I have also get inspiration from the little boy named Ted, who was living in a city where the trees were manufactured. They were not real trees, but still he had an interest to get real trees and gift them to his friend. So now I'm going to describe my city. Here there are houses made up of mud, jaggery, brick dust, lime, and cow dung. Birds are playing around here. Here animals, people can say happily and safely. There is a bell which works on a wheel. When I pull this wheel, the water comes out from it. People do not need to pull the rope and bring the water. Now I come to my city. There's the amazing thing about my city is a car, which is a e-car. It doesn't need a petrol or diesel as it works on solar energy. As it moves, it cleans the road. The dust, everything is cleaned by the e-car. There are recycling industries and houses with solar panels. During the day, when there is fresh air, the lights glow with the help of the solar panels. And when it's cloudy or the sun is not yet, the light glows on the windmill. There is a house. It has a balcony where lots of trees are full. And there is also a school which has a rainwater harvesting tank. Here children can go easily to school and enjoy their time. There's also an hospital for adults and children to stay healthy. I have made all this from my inspiration and my favorite book, The Lorax. I never read books about Dr. Seuss, and I have really get inspired of the books Dr. Seuss. And now as my exams are coming, I want that after that, I wish to get one book related to Dr. Seuss and tell everything about him in the next time. So when people are getting tired, they can stay here for life and the whole life they can stay here and get fresh air and things that they need, such as food, shelter, clothes, and everything. Birds can enjoy their beautiful life in trees, huts, and playing on the ground. Thank you. Ma'am, I want to show you my model. Can I show?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Very neat, Aratrika. If you will ask anything, judges.
It's aesthetically so unique. I hated when you spotlight
So
me.
there were three things that I really liked. One is the fact that you have chosen this rural setting, which I believe is the most sustainable way of life. And you've taken the rural setting and you've juxtaposed it with these modern amenities like the hospital and all of that. So I think that is one thing I really like. And the second one is the artwork that you've done in the huts, the artwork around the doors and windows. That was really nice.
Ma'am, actually, I see them in every villages. They're decorated with white color or something like this only. So I really like them. That's why I thought to make them over here.
And I missed the first part of this explanation, but in your video, you had spoken about the materials that are used in
yes, ma'am.
rural
Here
houses.
also I told
And
about
it's
my materials.
very nice. that you're aware of these techniques being used.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aratrika. Next up, we have Lavanya Prothi from Modern High School for Girls.
Ma'am, is the model visible?
Yes.
Good afternoon, judges. I'm Lavanya Prothi from Modern High School for Girls. I would like to start by thanking MBWA for giving me this opportunity to create this model, as I thoroughly enjoyed making it. As a representative of the future generation, I have tried to create this model as environment friendly as possible. I would also like to mention that we haven't been able to eat our meals on the dining table for the past 1 month. Now I will show you a closer view of my city. I read the books that was recommended by MBWA. I was inspired by the Lorax the most. The Lorax mainly talks about the harm caused to the environment by some irresponsible people. It talks about protecting the environment as a discussion. Some of the ways are by not cutting down trees as it reduces pollution and also gives us the precious oxygen that we breathe to stay alive. My city has a lot of trees and I want to make sure that no one cuts them down. Truffula trees from Lorax are there in the city too. I have included solar panels, which is an alternative source of energy. It also reduces pollution and conserves our non-renewable resources of energy, like fossil fuels, for example, coal and petroleum. I have included a drip irrigation module which shows the conservation of water as well. I have tried to reuse and recycle most of the materials that I have used in the project. Now I would like to talk about the functionality of my city. I have traffic lights, street lights, which I have made with straws, toothpicks, and pistachio shells. Cars to show mobility made with matchboxes and buttons. Proximity of important buildings such as the supermarket, police station, post office, fire brigade, and the hospital to the residential area as well. Since I have a river flowing through the middle of the city, I have created a bridge so that people can cross over from one side to the other. The bridge opens, allowing the sailboat to pass through. The drip irrigation model is close to the river, which makes the soil fertile. So now I would like to talk about enhancing my model. I have a hydraulic bridge, and I've always wanted to make a dollhouse for myself, and I was always used to surf on net for videos. I came across the video of a hydraulic bridge, and I was fascinated by it. So I had to include it in the model, and I thought it would look nice in my model as the water body is there. It has a fun element to my model. Pebbles around the river are from my father's fish aquarium. The drip irrigation park adds greenery to my model, and it's very satisfying to watch and reminds me of the rain. It's fine.
That was lovely, Lavanya.
Thank
Awesome, very nice.
Thank you.
Lavanya, you didn't show the main theater of your piece, of your model. Where is the hydraulic bridge?
Ma'am, the hydraulic bridge is right here. Actually, I do need a lot of help to push this. And I was handling the camera, and my mother was also helping me handle the cameras at times.
Huh.
So I didn't have pushed the hydraulic bridge. So would you like me to do it right now?
Yes, everybody should be able to see it.
Okay, sure, ma'am. As you can see, this is a syringe, and now I will push it, and the flap of the hydraulic bridge will open.
Wow.
And now from the other side.
Yeah.
And will the ship sail through, Lavanya? Will it go across?
Actually, the ship does sail through.
Yes, wonderful.
I can pull it.
That is so detailed and there's so much hard work that has gone into it.
So much.
This is amazing.
Unbelievably good.
And I love that this city in itself is so theatrical. It has so much drama.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Love that.
Thank you, Lavanya. Shall we call our next contestant, judges? So we have Ekanshi Das from Mahadevi Birla World Academy.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon, judges, teachers, and my dear friends. I, Ekanshi Das of Class 5 from Mahadevi Birla World Academy, Kolkata, would like to take you through Wonderville, the wonderful city I have created, keeping in mind the stories How the Green Stole Christmas, Hot and Here's a Who, and the Lorax by Dr. Seuss. I have made this city by using all waste and recycled materials available at my home, such as mouthboard to make the base, old newspaper and tissue paper to cover the road. I have also used Amazon and chocolate boxes to make the buildings and vehicles, paper straws to make the street lights, and my old toys to show windmills, hydropower, and the elevated railway train. I have used pistachio shells to barricade between the lake and the city. In my city, there are some renewable resources, which are solar energy, wind energy, and hydropower. All electric vehicles use charging ports to charge up. To make the city clean, there is a proper waste management maintained by using color-coded dustbins and effluent treatment plant. To make groundwater suitable for daily purpose, we have demineralization water plant. During Christmas in my city, Santa Claus distributes saplings to all wonders at the Christmas gift to maintain the ecosystem for the present and also for the future. These saplings are planted in the greenhouse using hydroponic technique. Last but not the least, here are two unique elements which I have specially thought for my city, which are the curved roads so that rainwater doesn't accumulate and artificial bird nests so that the birds can use during the seasonal breeding. I want to thank Dr. Seuss, Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, and teachers for inspiring me to make this model. Thank you.
Once again, just so beautiful. I mean, I'm repeating myself over and over again when I look at every model, and I can't believe you guys made this, and you're in class 4 and 5, and you have so much imagination. All of you, my God, so much craft and skill. Shoini, do you have any?
I don't have any questions.
Yeah, Ekanshi, what did you say?
I love to make art and crafts. This opportunity.
Yeah, it's very visible. It's very all the work you've done is very neatly done, it's absolutely well placed and very neatly presented.
Thank you, ma'am.
I don't have any questions really. I just wanted to know what you made the road with. The curved road, what is the material?
Ma'am, the curved roads are made with old newspaper and tissue paper.
Oh,
that's interesting. You should have mentioned this. Nice.
And I have also colored it with black color and highlighted the curved line with a white color.
Okay. So did you paper mache it, or it's newspaper and paper just placed like that? Placed like a curve. It's placed like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it really looks like, a Pete Road.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ekanshi. And we proceed towards our last contestant today, Tanishta Biswas from Sri Shikshayatin School.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Respected judges and teachers, myself Tanishta Biswas from Sri Shikshayatin School. As a participant of Stress 50 and supposed to create a model, it must be a combination of technology and environment. So, my city name is Stress 50 2.0. That is why I chosen the central theme of the city from the famous book of Dr. Stress, The Lawrence. This book of Dr. Stress has always made me thoughtful because of its simple yet hard-hitting description of the devastating effects of deforestation. The story of Buster and the Lawrence inspired me to think and create a model of a city which can be technologically sound and functional as well as can be a safe home for all its organisms. So my first goal was to create a city which produces minimum pollution. To make my city eco-friendly, I incorporated the following things. Number one, as you can see that the entire city and the meat factory is powered by solar energy. This is the first unique element added in this model. Due to solar power, the generation of electricity will be pollution-free and causes no greenhouse gases to be emitted. It also reduces the dependence of fossil fuels and it is also effective too. Secondly, instead of cutting down the entire supply trees, only the stuff has been trimmed in the city in order to produce gardening. In this way, I have tried to minimize deforestation in my city. Also, a plant growth hormone is used, which makes the crop grow faster. Number six, to maintain the pollution level in control, a pollution tracker has been installed on the drone. The second unique element in the city. The pollution trackers can detect excess air pollution and send a signal to the research center, which is located for further management. So these few things help the city to balance the side effects of technology and environment. Ecological parameters. The Lawrence has shown us the horrifying effects of deforestation on the environment and its organisms. I hope this model will bring back the ideas that we had imagined for the world and its living. Now I will talk about the two unique elements that I added in this model. As you see, the first unique element is the solar plant added in this model. Now I want to show how this solar plant is charged by the battery. So this is the line. Like I said earlier, the solar energy produces minimum pollution and do not produce any harmful gases. Here you can see that the solar battery is the plant gets charged by the solar energy and helps to run the entire factory. The solar plant and the solar battery planted in the entire city keep the city functional even on the days when the sunlight is less. Let us come to the second unique element added in this model. Here, the drone. Drones are multifunctional in the city. Here, a sample of a drone has been kept. Let me show how the drone works. So these drones have two major functions for the city. First, these are used as spring devices to spray the hormone to the reflectors. Drones make it much easier as it is time saving and the hormone can be sprayed uniformly. It is powered by solar battery, so it is cost effective too. Second, the drone acts as a pollution tracker for the city, and the tracker device has been inserted in these. Together, these two elements make the city functional by saving time, energy, keeping a track on generation of pollution all the time, and generating electricity with minimum side effects. So these were my ideas and thoughts in order to create this model. We all have to accept the side effects which come with technology. But few different steps can make us this world a perfect combination of science and nature. Let's hope to make this planet a green home for all
And ma'am, now I want to show the things that recycled and used in this model. So here, firstly, the factory is made up of biscuit boxes, and I've used colorful papers to decorate it. And this is one here. I've used clay and painted it and painted it. And this is the solar panel, and from this the factory gets electricity. The light again. And this is a small vehicle where some surplus stuff are being collected and recycled to make parts. Here, vehicle has a name from outdoors and a tractor which is carrying the stuff. And this is a compost pit made up of plastic, made up of ice cream sticks, colors, and I have used to make the stuff. And then let us come to the circular leaf cultivation bed. I've used wood and to make the stuff, and I've divided it in 3 partition walls, and I've used the paper straws to make the trunk of the tree. And then let us move to the bed apartment section. I've used mound boards, color it, and to make it the house, and the soil is used to make the solar panel. And I've put some circular trees so that it is shown some people are. Let us come to the last section. This is the research center, and it has solar panels too. And then this is the hormone production unit. It also has a solar panel. And then this is the drone station. It is made up of ice cream, and I used real motor to make this function. Then let us come to the sound unit. And let me show how the drone works again. This is a sound set. I used single box and some small cardboard box to make it, and I used colorful paper to decorate it too. I have used a plywood, an old plywood that was in my basement, to create the base of the tree. So these are things I recycled for this model. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanishta. If the judges would like to ask something.
Shoini, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I have one. You could have made the truffler trees everywhere, not just in one sector. There should be greenery everywhere. There should be urban greenery everywhere.
In the residential sector and the private apartments.
Yeah,
but it's very well made. Very well made.
And I do have one thought. I really loved how you found a very simple solution for the problem that Seuss's book addresses. So you don't have to cut the whole tree. Just take a little bit of the tufts, replant them, set up a research center. It's doable. You don't have to cut the whole tree. Very simple solution. I don't know why Dr. Seuss didn't think of it.
And ma'am, I want to show this space shuttle that I used, and I made it for my class. This is a space shuttle that I made from mound board, and it's like that.
Very nice, Tanishta. Good.
Clearly enjoy this.
Yeah, very lovely.
And I love art.
So, judges, would you like to collectively address the students once?
Yeah, I do.
Over to you, ma'am.
I'm not going, I feel like I'm just going to repeat myself over and over and over and over again, and that I really am very, very impressed. And my whole day I'm going to be smiling today. I'm so inspired by what all of you all have created. all the cities have at least 2 things that are going to stay with me. And I'm working on a play right now, and it's a very difficult process for me, but watching and interacting with all of you today, I'm really feeling very charged up. I'm feeling very inspired. I feel like if you can do this, I can make my play. If you guys can do this, thank you for inspiring me. Really, thank you for inspiring me. They're just really amazing. When you, as you guys proceed with your science and your art and everything that you do at school or by yourselves at home, I really hope that next time you are going to ask yourself these questions even more. How does my school, how does what I'm learning at school, how is it connected to my life? What can I bring to the school work so that it becomes mine? How is if I am to create a city, what kind of city do I want to live in? Not just the kind of city that my school talks about or Dr. Seuss talks about, but what do I want? I'm sure a lot of you are going to have chocolate trees and ice cream rivers and things like that. But it's very, I think that's what makes everything very special when you really ask yourself, how is this connected to me? I hope you will really do that. Thank you.
I would just like to say that what was very interesting is that no 2 cities were alike, and everybody's was very different. Of course, there were some elements that were similar, but the concept and the ideas behind it, no 2 cities were the same, and that's very interesting to see. So yeah, very inspirational. I did not expect this level of artwork and just ideas to be out there. So yeah, thank you for having me here.
Thank you, judges, for your inspiring words. Students, we will let you know about the final result at a later date. I hope that's okay with you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope everybody had a really nice time here. I'll just end with a few words. Please be there. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Participants, you have shown us today how these words of Dr. Seuss from the Lorax come true when the future generation cares for the environment. We take this opportunity to thank our principal, Ma'am Saha, and our vice principal, Ma'am Ghosh, for providing our students this wonderful platform to showcase their knowledge and skills. We would like to thank our judges who took time out of their busy schedule to grace this occasion. We would also like to thank the principals of participating schools for encouraging their students to participate. Our sincere gratitude to our coordinator, Ma'am Sarkar, activity coordinators, Ma'am Basu and Ma'am Sukul, for their untiring efforts. Last but not the least, we would like to thank our management for being a pillar of support and making this event a memorable one. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children, and thank you, judges.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ghosh,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, children. You may leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Goodbye, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you, Agastya.
Ma'am, ending the meeting. Shukrana, ma'am. End meeting.